In this set of demos, we're going to be creating master data. There's not a whole lot that we're setting up in this procurement phase. We will be creating trading goods and creating the vendor. Now, one of the appendixes, Appendix E, has some additional trading goods. I will go ahead and create those on this demo. I'll let you know when I'm doing Appendix E, but you need to realize you can, if you feel pretty comfortable on those demos, you can go through or, kind of advance your demo forward to create the vendor. So the first thing we're going to do is create trading goods. And where do you think we're going to do that? Do you think we're going to do that in the configuration area, or do you think we're doing that in the SAP main menu? If you said SAP main menu, you're exactly right. We can do that in the SAP main menu. Now we're going to be creating trading goods. What are trading goods? Trading goods are goods that we buy and sell to the customer. So trading goods are things that we buy and that are intended for commercial exchange, and then they're resold. So you can think of a company like JCPenney or Nordstrom. When they buy something, they're reselling it. So this is a little more of a resale type of operation. What we're going to use is material type HAWA. And these are trading goods, has both purchasing and sales data. So when you think of the types of products or the types of goods that you have, the material master for trading goods would have a purchasing data and sales data. But think about raw materials. Does that have purchasing data and sales data? No, it would just have purchasing data. What about something you're producing that you're not buying but you're producing? That would have, that you're selling though, that would have sales data. So we have to kind of look at all the different requirements of all the different types of products or materials that we have set up and think about what they need in the system. So in the step here, we're going to be copying the elbow pads from and changing the description. We're going to create from one original elbow pad from a different company code. And we will associate all of the trading goods with your purchasing group that you created earlier. So what are we going to do to start? We're going to go out of, this is the SAP main menu. You can see it says SAP menu right here. We're going to go into logistics. We're going to go into materials management, material master. That one's always so far down too, just like in the transaction SPRO. We're going to go into material. We're going to go into create special. And we're going to go into trading goods. Now, I would say go ahead and add that to your favorite. That way we have all the different favorites in our information that we need. We're going to go and put in EPAD and the last two digits of our ID, EPAD 10, last two digits of our ID. We're going to enter in the industry sector as retail. We're going to copy from a material. We're going to copy from EPAD 1000. Once we've done that, we're going to click the enter button. We're going to select the basic data 1 tab, the purchasing row, the accounting 1 row, which is a little bit further down. And we're going to click on default settings. Now you can see that we're not changing the sales data here. Right now we're just going to be creating trading goods that we're going to be purchasing. But you can see that there's also some sales views. As you can see up here, there's sales views that you would create if you were doing all of those views at the same time. So we want to make sure we have basic data 1. We want to make sure we have purchasing row. We want to make sure we have accounting 1 row. We're going to click on default setting. And then we're going to click on the green check mark. And then in the plant, we're going to put in our Miami DC plant. And we're going to copy from MI00. We don't need to worry about valuation type or anything else like that. We're going to click on default setting. We're going to click on the green check mark. It says the material already exists and will be extended. So in the Create Trading Goods EPAD screen, we're going to enter in 88 elbow pads. Ooh, I spelled elbow wrong. If you want to put your nickname, you can, or your initials. And then we want to make sure we change this purchasing group to our purchasing group, or we're going to run into some problems. We're going to click the green check mark. Green check mark again. When it says, do you want to save this data first? You say yes. And you want to write down the message, material EPAD 1088 was created. Now I'm going to go through and create the trading goods for the road helmet, the repair kit, the off-road helmet, and the kneecaps. And we're going to be copying from some base material numbers, and you won't have to end up entering the default items anymore. So if you want to follow along with this, you can. If you want to go forward to creating the vendor, if you feel comfortable you can do this without watching the demo, that's fine too. So we're going to click on RHMT, RHMT. Make sure you spell these correctly. And it should say plant. We don't have to enter anything in for valuation type. Now you can see that it's asking you for the material group. That should populate in. So just double check that that's okay. Now I'm putting in MBG for myself. I see that some students end up putting my initials in instead of their own initials. That's fine too if they want to. Now we're going to go in to the value class. And the accounting 3,100, and the moving average price should be 25. Now for whatever reason in the exercises it didn't show us to do that for EPAD. So we'll go and double check that our EPAD has the correct valuation class of 3,100 in there too. So we're going to click the save button, and you want to get you should get a message that says material RHMT 10 and yours was created. You want to write each one of these down. Now we're going to go in to where we had found the create, and we're going to just display. Actually, we'll go into change mode. Instead of looking at this one, let's just go check EPAD and make sure that we had the accounting entry done correctly. So if we come into this one, let's look at accounting, and you can see 3,100 and the moving price. Those were correct. So even though the exercises didn't ask us to do that, it is there. Okay, so we can save this as a favorite if we need to go look at this again. Now let's go in, and what's the next one we're doing? Repair kit? Yep, that's it. Our kit, 10 and our last two digits. And we're going to copy from our kit. Oops. And the one that's the default. We're going to click on the enter button, click a green check mark, click the green check mark again, and we're going to put in the repair kit with our number in front. Make sure that it's showing the material group of UTIL, which it is. We have the purchasing group of our purchasing. We can double check on the accounting tab and make sure that moving average price is 16 and that we've got valuation class of 3,100. Click the green check mark, click save, and you should get the message our kit 10 and your last two digits was created. What's the next one? OHMT and our last two digits. OHMT. Click the enter button. Click the enter button here. Click the enter button again. Now I'm going to click the insert so I can insert this in and save me a little bit of time. Purchasing group you need to change. Make sure that this says SFTY for the material group. And then we can go over to the accounting tab. Click on $3,125, which should populate in. And we can click the save button. And you should get a message OHMT 10 and the last 2 digits of your ID was created. Next, we're going to do K-pad, which is our knee pads. We're going to click on the green check mark. Click on the green check mark again. Go into the knee pads, enter 88. Remember, I had done the insert so we could do that without writing over it. The material group should say safety, which it does. The purchasing group should be 88. You go into the accounting tab and make sure it says 3750 and 3100. Click the green check mark and the yes button, and you should get a message that says material K-pad 1088 was created. So let's X back out of this screen and do a quick menu, SAP menu or Control F11, refresh. And we will now go into creating a vendor. Now creating the vendor is, where do you think we'll do creating a vendor? Is that going to be done in the configuration or SPRO or this SAP main menu? If you said SAP main menu, you're exactly right. Master records for the most part are being done in the SAP main menu, but the configuration is done in transaction SPRO. When we create the vendor, we're going to create the vendor in our company code by copying the vendor master in the company code US00. This vendor will be used during testing to procure the trading goods. So in this step, we're going to copy vendor 101000 from company US00 to the company code US and your last 2 digits. You will renumber that vendor to have the last 2 digits of your ID there. We will also associate the new vendor with our purchasing organization, which is NA, and the last 2 digits of the ID. So we're going to go into SAP main menu. We're going to go into logistics. We're going to go into materials management. We're going to go into purchasing, master data, which is down at the bottom, vendor, central, and create. If we want to save that as a favorite, we can add that as a favorite down here. Now we're going to enter vendor 1010 and your last 2 digits. For the company code, you're going to put in your company code, which is US. '88. Oops, it pulled the wrong one. Purchasing organization is your purchasing organization, which is US and your last 2 digits. So you can see now I've got the binoculars here. The account group is vendor internal number assignment. Now, if you clicked something like one-time vendor, guess what? It's not going to work in the system. So you need to make sure you have the correct one. This is 101000. I had a student that just recently did that. They came in here and got confused and saw internal number assignment here and clicked on this one. Well, this is a one-time vendor. One-time vendors don't have a subsidiary ledger, so they don't have the ability, they post directly to the reconciliation account versus the vendor with internal number assignment, this KRED, those are part of the subsidiary ledger. So make sure you put KRED, not CPD, okay, when you're there. This is going to be US00 and purchasing organization of US00. So that's US00 for everyone. Click on the enter button. Now everything in here should be correct. So we're just going to click on save. And then you want to write down your big, huge message that says vendor. And then your number has been created for company code US88, purchasing organization US88. I know it seems like a lot to write that down. You can also do a screenshot of those messages or make a copy of them. But whatever you do, you want to make sure you write those down so that you can troubleshoot your system more effectively. This concludes our discussion of the master data for procurement. Join us in the next set of exercises and demos to test our system out and make sure that we've set everything up right. Thank you.